Americans face much more conflict right as they come ashore. Those are the two most heavily defended beaches, and for some reason, just a lot more violence here. The Germans or the British face almost no opposition here as they come ashore over on Gold Beach. The Canadians face some up this way, up this direction. But we have 5 beaches that stretch across there, and it's about 20 miles or so from one end of the beaches all the way to the other. The British forces are all trying to go to Caen, which is here, and the American forces are being tasked with, you guys go to Saint-Lô. And Saint-Lô was kind of a key point. So Caen was a port city. Once they took the port city, then they could actually start bringing things into the normal port that was there. That was their whole idea. The Germans really did fight them once they got inland, but at the beach they didn't face nearly as much pushback. Now, one other movie I would suggest to you, if you want something that's just a lot more enjoyable, not quite as bloody, if you can find a copy of The Longest Day. Okay? Do you guys know The Longest Day?
I've heard of it before, yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up The Longest Day. The Longest Day is back in the 1960s. They do this black and white movie of the attack, and it is, what I think is interesting is it's, first off, star-studded cast like you would not believe. Like the actors who will be the great actors of the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s are going to be showing up in this movie. Sean Connery's in the movie. And you can kind of go through the movie with the little clips here. But it is a very interesting. Let me see if this has got the actual opening here. It's right here. Let me see if I can turn this up here because it's got the starting music here. And it starts with the very iconic scene of the helmet sitting there upside down on the beach. Now, what kind of helmet is that one right there? What nation would that have been? Angel, can you tell? Angel, can you?
No.
That's an American helmet. The British helmet is completely shaped differently. That's an American GI helmet that's flipped upside down in the water. So it's after the battle has started. Okay? And yes, it will sometimes get that flat. So it starts out with, you're in occupied France in World War II, and then in the fifth year of the war. And when you go through the video, it really does a good job of kind of explaining. Hold on. Oh, change videos on me. It does a good job of explaining that this movie is going to do both the British, the American, or not both, but the British, the American, the French, and the German reaction in this one. And it kind of goes back and forth. And they eventually, like if somebody's speaking German, they're going to in a minute speak French for you, or they're going to give you subtitles. But it's a pretty good movie, actually. And this is the one that when I went to Europe the first time, I went with a group of boys who knew this movie. They knew every word in this movie. They knew every detail of this movie, and it had changed all the way that all of them were thinking. I had been studying like crazy for Bastion, not realizing that I was very undereducated on this battle right here. So they were teaching me things as we went through, and The Longest Day was pretty good for that. That movie did a nice job of kind of laying that out, and it's in black and white, and it's this beautiful black and white, which is, they had color movies by then, but yet they had done the whole thing in black and white on purpose. It made things a little less gory. By the time we get to Saving Private Ryan, they're not like keeping anything out of there. They're trying to make you feel like you just got to sit in the middle of combat. You're looking at guys who are holding their guts. You're looking at guys who are looking for their arm. That kind of stuff. So it's that's over the top. So all right. So what I want you to do then is go ahead and work down through those questions for Wednesday. Any questions you have along the way, I need you to ask them. So this is, and again, on this document that I put together for you for the class. Now that we're asking, I'm asking you questions and you're putting down your answers. Remember, put it in a font that's distinctly yours. And somewhere on here, did I have you guys put down your names with your different fonts there that you're going to use?
We were working on our fonts underneath the MG42.
Oh, there you go, under the MG42. So let me see. So this one right here was okay. So that was Angel, and then you were doing this one right here, right?
Yeah, I was doing Hitler's Best Song.
This was Bella. So, yeah, so if you put your answers down in those, And then what I'll do is, and then, but also, if you have any questions about the stuff we're doing, you're like, hey, can we answer this? Because I don't think I get this. That's really where I think we can benefit quite a bit here, because then I can start to address the things that you're not gonna, because I don't know what you don't know. I that first time I taught this to the kids who really knew World War II, I was it was one of the things, if I had tried to just teach them, I'm gonna teach you all I know, and this will be like really enlightening. And they would just they would have looked at me and gone, you don't know things that we know. Why don't you? Because it's a big war. That's why. Every day I'm learning something new about this one. I mean, literally, I'm reading another book about Churchill right now, and his approach to the Americans from a different viewpoint. And it's every day you learn something new about it if you're studying this stuff. Now, the other half of this is I'm not trying to turn you guys into a bunch of historians. So if you don't have a ton of questions, I don't need to answer those. But if there's things you don't understand or you'd like me to clarify, or the other thing too is if you guys need to borrow any books on World War II or anything like that, I can drive over to the school and leave them out on a table or something, and you can come pick them up whenever you wanted them. But I have my entire library that if you guys need to borrow some stuff, I can do that. Or even some videos. I do have a copy of The Longest Day on DVD. It is from the wrong region. It's from the European region, so your computer will be like, hey, this is from the wrong place on Earth, but usually you can change over and watch it anyway. All right, so any questions before we finish up today?
Am I able to write my answers on a piece of paper and send you a picture of it instead of typing it on the computer?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's always fine. Yeah, we are not locked to any convention at this point. If you prefer writing paper on pencil, or pencil on paper, or pen and paper, I'm perfectly okay with that. Yeah, no, that kind of stuff. That's those kind of higgly piggly details I do not worry about. So, and I do enjoy the fact that I just got to use the word higgly piggly. Okay, so as these guys come ashore here, do pay attention to that. Like I said, look for the pictures of San Lo before, after, and what it looks like now. I would, if you get a chance, and then link that stuff in there. Find those pictures, post them up, and then put your little marker on them where you got them from, and then we'll kind of compare and contrast them. Most of those pictures are in the public, and this battle right here talks about these guys got attacked by a bunch of Stukas, the German planes that were just scary. These are the ones with the noisemakers on the front of them, they wanted to terrify you. So as you're going through there, kind of and try to imagine, as bad as as weird as it is being locked into a house, we're not facing terror like this. And sometimes that's a good thing to remember. Like, okay, as bad as it is, and truth, when we looked at the Blitz a little bit during the Blitz. They actually faced the people, just the normal citizens, were facing those Stukas too. So they could hear that sound coming, and it terrified even them. So as you're going through it, do some study, enjoy the process. Wednesday we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. And are there any questions you guys had before we took off today then?
No.
Angel, anything?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to, and again, if you get through those, that's great. And what we want to do is move on. Now, also, if there's something you want me particularly to look at, just put on there. Hey, can we talk about this? And I would be happy to go do some research and pull it up. Okay. All right. So whenever you guys, I'm gonna stick around here for at least another 20 minutes or so. But if you guys have any questions, otherwise, you guys are free to go whenever you're ready. And then you guys have a great couple days.
All right.
All right.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks. Well, that's kind of why I'm surprised she's not in here, because this is a form of contact. It's all right. My worry is that she wasn't academically terribly strong before. I hate having a kid leave who's gonna, people are gonna like be wondering like, hey, why didn't you guys make something more engaged? You can only do so much. Ow. Yeah, ow, kick the damn stair. I timed it, I forgot myself. This makes me laugh. The whole weirdness of our world right now. We're discussing haircuts.